What's up, gang? Welcome to my new hood. Boys, we got the new setup, we got some flags, we got a little bodybuilding documentary that'll help stimulate your low attention spans, you fucking phone addicted shitheads. And we are going to be talking about Mike Tyson and some of his unconventional training methods, because if you don't know, Mike Tyson is a 56-year-old who is fighting a 27-year-old in Jake Paul. And if you're like me, you might be wondering, how in the hell is this a good idea? And we all know that the natural tendency for people as they age is to slowly lose cognitive function, muscle size, and overall athletic performance. So how on earth is Mike Tyson ever going to be able to compete with Jake Paul on the health and athletic performance side of things with that monster age gap? Because we all know that he's going to be able to keep up technique wise. Mike Tyson's one of the greats, but how is he going to keep up actual health and fitness wise? Well, that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to be diving into some of the, more interesting and strange things that Mike Tyson is doing in order to prepare for his fight against Jake Paul. So the first one is going to be Mike Tyson's use of psychedelics, and more specifically psilocybin, aka magic mushrooms, or DMT. He's become pretty notorious online with regards to his various psychedelics usage, with his appearance on podcasts almost correlating with some form of conversation about psychedelics at some point.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now.
There you go.
That's nothing. Tell him I used to do bags, nigga.
I can't.
Oh.
We're heating up. Oh, he's gonna be chewing for a sec.
Anybody got any shrooms around here? I wish I had some shrooms.
Wait, what shrooms though are dangerous? I heard. I've never taken them.
No, they ain't.
No, I think don't people like see devils and shit?
Well, we see good devils. I've never been as I'm grateful, but I've never been as lucky and shit going so well when I'm on my shrooms. No one can get me angry. I love everybody. The world is beautiful.
I'm not really the type of guy that's going to be like,
oh, mushrooms, those are gonna make you a sinner, and you're going straight to hell, and you're not passing go or collecting $200.
but I will say, for boxing royalty like Tyson, it's interesting that he's so open about his usage and how much it's affected his career at this point. The main reason Tyson cites for usage is the mushroom's ability to regain some emotional stability. Back in his heavyweight title reign, Tyson was kind of notorious for having some sort of a screw loose, you could say, and he was extremely aggressive. He even went to jail for the alleged rape of Desiree Washington, where he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Funny enough, Tyson revealed that he had sex with a prison counselor to get a reduced sentence, so by the end of it, he only served less than 3 years. Tyson, back in the day, was bit of a character, and nowadays he claims that he's had a much more calm and relaxed demeanor since experimenting with psychedelics. Tyson is quoted saying that psychedelics are an enhancement more than a enhancement. It allows you to go into that realm of comfortability, relaxedness, and preparation in order to reach your highest level. It's just an amazing feeling. Obviously, comfortability, relaxedness, and preparation are all huge in terms of something like professional boxing. Another supplement that's super popular that does a similar thing, not really that similar, is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is just a root supplement. You take it and it has a bunch of scientific evidence that it helps you remain more calm, reduces anxiety, stuff like that. And a lot of professional fighters and professional athletes in general use ashwagandha. These claims from Tyson are actually founded in actual research as well. A 2023 meta-analysis found that their findings provide preliminary evidence for antidepressant efficacy with psilocybin-assisted psychotherapy. A lot of anecdotal evidence exists around mushrooms as well. Like, I live in Colorado, so basically everyone here has done mushrooms at some point, and pretty much everyone reports at least feeling some sort of having some kind of coming of age moment, or it's just a super amazing experience, so long as they don't have a bad trip and completely lose their marbles. But Tyson is even so into mushrooms that he launched his own homegrown kit called A-leiks. Tyson partnered with Advanced Mycology to create these kits that are being sold online or in person at smoke shops. Tyson has also been experimenting with injecting proteins. Mike Tyson has what's known as sciatica, where the sciatic nerve that travels down the legs is pressed on by typically a herniated disc or a bone spur. The symptoms can range from pain to numbness and can be mild to severe. And on a podcast with an anesthesiologist named I'm about to absolutely butcher this name, Abhinav Gautam. They discussed Tyson's treatment for recovery from this condition, which included injecting proteins from the placenta and umbilical cord.
You know, and we don't use any painkillers or any steroids, right? This is literally just, how can I trick the body into healing the way a baby grows?
And while this might sound a bit interesting, the treatment is actually not new, and one place that does such injections, called Northeast Spine and Wellness Center, says with a third of the US suffering from chronic pain and over 1 million each year undergoing joint replacement in the US, stem cell therapy may eliminate your pain and increase your mobility. Some patients experience an enormous reduction in pain and inflammation within weeks of one injection. So not only do these injections help with sciatic pain, but they also help him manage pain everywhere else. However, the real issue for Mike Tyson is with regards to the FDA and anti-doping agencies banning such treatments. According to USA Today, the FDA has not approved any products derived from the amniotic membrane, placenta, or umbilical cord to treat pain. The FDA said in a statement provided to USA Today Sports, the proteins used in the treatment contain growth factors, which, along with having benefits on enhancing athletic performance, may be prohibited by WADA depending on how they're used. Really, this placenta and umbilical cord protein treatment he is receiving does sound really beneficial for someone who's aging like Mike Tyson. However, it also sounds like he's stretching the legality of such treatments as well. Now, to get to the real question on everyone's mind, the real treatment that probably everyone's thinking about, we have TRT. Now, is Mike Tyson on TRT, and is he going to be cleared to fight? According to USA Today, Tyson stopped his treatment before he began to train before his exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. And also in various Instagram posts, Tyson has made it clear about the effectiveness of TRT from a brand called Iron Remedy MD. Testosterone is definitely a huge leg up in the fighting world as well. TRT helps in a multitude of different avenues like anxiety and focus, as well as increasing muscle size, muscle strength, and performance. There is a bunch of scientific research on TRT. Another plug, I got another video on TRT. This is one of my even earlier ones. I'll link it right here. Don't go watch it. That shit is really bad. TRT is a banned substance by WADA, prohibited, not really a shocker to anyone, I think. Anabolic steroid being banned by anti-doping agencies. Holy shit, that's fucking crazy. But the thing that would let Mike Tyson compete while on testosterone is something called a therapeutic use exemption. According to WADA, a TUE can be treated for medical conditions even if the treatment involves using a prohibited substance or method, while avoiding the risk of being sanctioned. So the thing to consider, though, is that the TUE would only be granted in the case of a specific medical condition that requires the use of a prohibited substance. And if TRT would fall under that category in the case of Mike Tyson, I'm not so sure. I do know that Tyson would have to apply for a TUE and have it granted by the ADO's Therapeutic Use Exemption Committee, which would then tell him the dosage, frequency, and route of administration he's able to use for such TRT. So they could tell him he's able to use it once or twice a week and he has to only stick it up his ass. At the end of the day, is any of this really gonna matter for Mike Tyson being able to fight Jake Paul? The fight's gonna happen regardless of whether or not Tyson is on a banned substance or not, because Netflix, the amount of money Netflix has on it, they're also having it at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. If you ask me, Jake Paul isn't really looking the most natty in my eyes. He went from 185 in his Tommy Fury fight to now weighing over 230 fighting Mike Tyson. And I know you can hop on a bulk and gain a bunch of weight like that, but that's like 50 pounds. And he doesn't look like he put on a ton of fat. So really, I don't know, Jake Paul's looking a little sus in my eyes. Really, at the end of the day, though, there's no way it gets canceled. They're pushing through it. They even had Mike Tyson's medical emergency back in May where he had an ulcer flare-up on a flight. The fight was originally scheduled to be July 20th to now it's scheduled on November 15th. What's my prediction? You all want to hear my prediction. Jake Paul, 100%. Tyson's too old. He doesn't have the power or the strength that he did back in his prime. Well, Jake Paul is just 27 and at the height height of his boxing career. And I mean, I feel wrong calling it a career because he's Jake Paul, for fuck's sake. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to tell. There's no way that they're actually going to be knocking each other out with punches. That's just not going to happen. I don't see that ever happening, because there's no way Jake Paul is going to land a haymaker on Mike Tyson and then potentially like seriously injure Mike Tyson, who's basically a boxing deity. So yeah, I bet there's a lot of behind the scenes on how hard they're actually going to be able to punch. And you know, is it going to be scripted? Probably not. I don't know how you script a boxing match. But yeah, at the end of the day, I got Jake Paul. Mike Tyson's kind of a wacky guy. I'll see you guys later.